Hello everyone, it is Vita. She's right over there. I can't move the camera because I'm driving, but I am not touching. See, I'm driving my truck. I'm not touching the video. So anyway, but we're going to talk a little bit about where we're headed. Thank you, because I've been posting several videos, trying to keep you up to date on what's going on right now. Weaned some calves, and they're in a lot, and there's plenty of square footage for each one of them. But because it is, let's see, it's 101 right now. What I'm going to do is I ordered a mister, which they have them at sale barns and feed yards and all different places. That's what they do to keep the cattle cool. It sprays a mist, and that cool water cools them down. So I don't have that right now. It's coming Sunday. It'll be here Sunday. But I do have a nozzle. And a garden hose. And so what we're going to do today is we are going to head out there, and I'm going to turn my garden hose on with that nozzle and spray that in the air and cool it down for them. And they're doing fine. They've got hay. They've got plenty, and it's fresh water. It's straight out of the hydrant, so it's cool and it's fresh and clear and clean. And so they're staying good and hydrated. And animals are smarter than we are. They do what works best for them. If they're hot, they go to a cool spot. If they're cool, they go to a hot spot. If they're hungry, they eat. If they're thirsty, they drink. They don't need to carry a bottle of water around like we do. We worry about whether or not we're drinking enough water. But when they're thirsty, they drink. That's, so where we're headed is we're headed over there to that pasture or that lot, and where I've got those calves, and then I'm going to turn that garden hose on. So I put some feed out for them this morning. I give them a little bit of grain. They have a bale of hay that they can eat, just like cows eat grass. They eat hay. And when they're in a lot, there's no grass growing, so they get hay, which is a dried grass. And it is a particular kind. It's prairie, and so it has a lot of good protein for them. It's fresher. There's a lot more percentage of digestible forage for them. It does have fiber in it because they need that in order to digest. It works with their ruminant, and so that's what they've got. They've got their hay. They've got feed that I put out for them this morning, a little bit of grain, and then I'll be misting them. They've got water, and then when it gets a little cooler for me to get out and carry around 50-pound bags of mineral, I will put a mineral bag out for them, and that will help to just even out their nutrition. And so that's the plan for the day. But when you wean a calf, what is important to understand is that the first 24 hours that they're away from mother, and this is just the nature of an animal, because they don't rationally think like we do. And so when they're taken away from mom, it shuts their gut down. And so I feed them a natural product that helps get their gut started working again, so that they will eat and drink and do everything that they need to do. And so they got that yesterday when they got to the lot. And so they'll start licking on that, and that makes them start to want to eat because their internal organs are working again. And it's just part of that stress of what happens to an animal when different things in life occur to them. If life is not sweet and wonderful, then an animal has stress. Because they don't have the intelligence that we have to rationalize what's happening in their world. So that's what's happening. That's what happens with a calf when you wean them. And 500 pounds is about when I wean my calves, and that's a reasonable age for a calf to be weaned, and because they're at their life cycle, their next life cycle. They're at 18-20 in human life cycle, and so that's a reasonable time for them to be weaned. And so that's where we are right now. And I'm gonna stop this video and open this gate, and then the next thing that you're gonna see is I'll be working with setting up so they can get so they can get some water to them or some mist into them. All right. Well, you're probably thinking, I thought I was going to see calves being sprayed with water, but the one thing, well, there's a lot of things you need to know about farming, but one of the things that you need to know about farming is if you cannot take surprises and unfortunate incidents and things going wrong, that's probably not the job for you. So what I'm gonna have to, can you hear Vita panting? Can you hear, love her heart? Let's see if I can get a picture over to her. There she is. There's my Vita girl. And so what's gonna have to happen is I'm gonna have to head into town. I don't know if you can see the trees blowing behind me though. So there is a breeze here. It's about probably 10, 12 miles an hour. And the great thing about country is we don't have a whole lot of buildings. We've got nothing but open space. So that breeze is cool. It is hot. It's dropped down to 98. You know, it's starting to cool off. But, there is a breeze. A shade tree makes the world of difference in our world. And so they're not in distress yet, especially because it's getting down to 70 at night. So, but I just want to, cut off it. Err on the side of caution, as they say. So anyway, so I'm heading into town to get a sprayer head, and we'll start this project again. Okay, there's my babies. As you can see, they got plenty of room to walk around. They got a barn to be in with shade. And I kind of rattled them out because I wanted them to go over there. Here's where my mister is. There's where my mister. It's right there. There it is. It's putting out a really fine nest. A couple of them have found it. You can see they're having a good time there. Now see, now the mister that I ordered is going to be a big long hose, and it's going to run all along that top of that pipe. But they found that mister now. They're liking that. So I'll just let that mist until it gets cool. You can tell that they're doing good by being weaned because they're not crying. I mean, if they were really upset and stressed, they would be crying. There's the barrel I was talking about that I have that lick in there that helps them with their gut. And then and there's their hay bale, and there's their cool water over there. That water over there along there. So there they are. They found the mister, and they're enjoying it. So that's what all this effort was about. And it turned out really good. All right, so here we are. You can see my calves back there in the background. They're getting misted, and everything turned out good. Once again, if you can't handle a little bit of stress and setbacks and hard times, farming is not for you. And I think it's important that you understand that, I am happy because I choose to be, and because Jesus is my joy. It's not because my life is easy or unstressful or any of the things that you see on Facebook all the time about how wonderful everything people's lives are. It's hard work out here, and it's hot, but I love it. And I love working with my animals, and I love making sure that they're healthy, and that they're well taken care of so that they make good food for all of us. And it's a process. So I sure am glad that you guys watch my videos and enjoy what I'm doing, and that is my panting Vita right beside me. So thank you guys so much. Please know that if you are here on this planet right now, that God has a plan for you, and it is good. It may not be easy, as today was not, but it is good. And Jesus loves you. He died for you, for each of us, not because of who we are, but because of who He is. And He is just waiting there to love us. So please reach out and love Him today. Just say, hey, Jesus. It's not complicated. Talking to Jesus isn't anything fancy. Just be you. You can't be anybody else. Just be you. Oh, guys, thank you so much. Know that Jesus loves you. Know that I love you, and that I'm so grateful for your watching of my videos. Please, please show mercy to each other.